Hey, what's up everybody, Scotty here. Welcome to a new series I'm going to start. It's going to be a very long series of Pillars of Eternity. If you're a fan of Baldur's Gate, Star Wars, Knights of the Old Republic, Icewind Dale, Iceland, Neverwinter Nights, a lot of D&D based games, then you will definitely, I think also Shadowrun. I played Shadowrun very briefly, but I think it's somewhat similar. Anyways, if you're a fan of any D&D based RPGs, then you will definitely be a fan of this game, because Pillars of Eternity is like taking, let's just say Baldur's Gate 2, for example, which is pretty advanced, and modernizing it to the current world of gaming. Baldur's Gate 2 is very old, but if you play it, it's still a pretty advanced form of an RPG. So it's probably going to take me a long time to beat this, because I do want to read and do most of the quests. That's why I put off playing this game for so long. So if you catch me a day or two not posting a video, I apologize, but I'll keep it coming. This is from Obsidian. Obsidian makes a lot of RPGs. They did Fallout New Vegas. They've done some other games. I honestly just can't think of any right now.
Five wagons grope blindly for the path on a starless night, their master glancing ever upward to the skies for assurance that he is on the right course. A dim lantern his only protection against the encroaching darkness. But the skies bring no comfort, shining no light, betraying no hint of what they know. The caravan carries travelers bound for the frontier hamlet of Gilded Vale, you among them, where a local lord has offered land and wealth to settlers from abroad looking for a fresh start. You have taken suddenly ill, sweating and shivering, and one of the
Keep that in mind. He says you, suddenly ill, sweating, shivering.
He pulls up just in time to avoid plowing into the trunk of a fallen tree.
You've become so ill that you have stopped the entire caravan. You can understand if you fast forward through some of these. My main game, I'm doing Godlike. Might do. That's. This is what I kind of don't like about Human. It seems to be restrictive based on combat alone. But that's not how I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this very similar to my main game. I'm going to do Moon. Moon's very good. 50%. When you're 75, 50, and 25%, you do waves of healing moonlight that restore your endurance to not only you, but your allies. Well, also your allies. That seems extremely OP compared to the others. Let's see. I'll do this build a little different. Just a teeny tiny different. I'm gonna do Priest, just like my main game. Oh, actually. I kind of want to do this. I'll continue. A lot of players do this, do their main game and their recording game different. I'm going to keep it the same. Yeah, Priest. What is it? Ethos. That looks pretty good. This build is a little different than my main game. Old Valhalla, Valia. I want to keep my intellect up as high as possible. This is my culture. Once crown jewel, the southern seas, now crumbling remnants. You have to remember this stuff. Now, when you get into this beginning part of the game, you're going to get some dialogue cues, and you're going to be like, okay, what the crap is this talking about? So games like this, Dark Souls, you have to read and to understand the nature of the game, the history of the main character. You know, if you play this for pure combat alone, yeah, it's going to be fun, but there's an entire story behind all this. There's a reason for everything. So I'm doing Old Valia. Once the crown jewel of the southern seas, Old Valia is now crumbled remnants of an empire wearing merchant nations. Counting many humans and dwarves among their ranks, the Old Valia countries are still forces to be reckoned with and are proud to the rich cultural heritage. So this was once a great kingdom, now it's no more. Aristocrat, because artist or aristocrat's kind of the same thing. I want to be kind of like a respectable person of knowledge, because this is something, well, you know, I'm very knowledgeable. I'm always reading all that kind of stuff. I kind of want to build this character similar to me. My main character is black. I'm going to do this one white. Of course, that still looks like garbage. Looks like garbage. And they all look kind of dumb. Screw it, I'll go white on white. Alright, head. I'll keep it the same. Portrait, definitely different. Portrait's kind of set, very limited.
Watch and learn.
I'll do this one as my main. I mean, on this, I have Noble on my main character. And as always, his name's gonna be Judah. I have only 10 perception. That kind of sucks, but I guess it's okay. Alright. New quest, the Gilded Veil. I am going to be reading all this, so, you know, I'm going to get into the game as much as possible. Caravan Master Udma. The Caravan Master finishes addressing the group, his bushy red mustache and sagging jowls quivering as if for emphasis.
Everybody stays close to the wagons, got it? Stay out of the woods, and beasts take you if you were planning a stroll through those ruins up there.
He nods towards the looming black mass on the hillside.
Whole area's crawling with hut-dwelling types who'd be happy to stick an axe in you for trespassing. So mind that you don't track mud on their sacred blazing rocks. Tonight, everybody stays put, and in the morning we'll get the path cleared. Gilded Vale's less than a day out. Understood?
At last the Caravan Master turns to you, frowning as he looks over at you.
Touch of the rumbling rot, could be. There's a stinging beetle around here, carries it. You'll be fine once it passes your innards. Unless you don't drink water, of course. Which case you'll be dead in a day. Get you through the night. You might check around, see if you can find something. Meanwhile, I know you want to hunt before it gets much darker, but see about refilling our water.
I'll read the
Got a sick one here.
non-spoken lines.
They grow on a bush that's common round here, kind of funny looking. You'll know it when you see it. Doubt you'd have to go far off the road. Nothing you won't see on half the hills of Air Glonfoth.
And if you want to read
Money
this,
to be
feel free
made
to
selling
pause
their
it.
knickknacks in Defiance Bay, if you don't mind getting stuck with Glonfoth and arrows now and again. Of course, all the ones around here have been ransacked 10 times over. Got nothing left worth half a pond, so I hear. Got different names for them. Settlers called them Ingwithans. Nobody that liked them enough to stop them becoming ruins. Tell you
Remember
that
these
much.
ruins.
Not if you hurry about your business, and not if the weather holds up.
It's easy to overlook stuff in this game, so I'll point out what you need to remember, and you know, anything you forget, I won't mention at all, really.
This time of year, rain mostly, and wind. But there's a different kind of wind out here time to time. Locals call it a beowik, born out of the ether, the spirit's path. Never
Remember
seen
the
it
beowik.
myself, never cared to. They don't got Adra where you come from? Well, it just grows up out of the ground like this. Goes deep like tree roots. Some of it all the way to the heart of the world, you believe the stories.
Just talking about these crystals.
It's more like a shell than a proper rock. Easier to work if you're a mason. Got all kinds of strange properties. Seems to have some kind of life of its own. Dies if it gets dug up. Loses its luster. Folks think it probably grew at one point. The soul butchers in Defiance Bay use it for different things. I've heard tell it can hold a man's soul, but I don't care to see it. Got enough to worry about with... Hold on. Take someone with you. I know you're not some helpless tenderfoot. Not like most of this lot. But you drop dead, I don't want to be looking for the body. Got a schedule to keep.
He scans over the traveler's eyes, resting his eyes at length on a sturdy, armor-clad woman who has spent the journey and night sleeping on an uneven ground without a blanket or pillow, so she's clearly uncomfortable.
Kalisha. Kalisha!
And irritated.
Needs to find some springberries. Watch that he doesn't drop...
No promises.
What kind of guide says something like that?
Kind you can afford.
Don't listen to her. You're in good hands. And I pay too well if it's off with you. Aiden should have supplies. See that you're equipped before you head out. We're in harsh country. Get your berries and hurry back. And if you get so much as a tickle of wind, you drop everything and you...
You heard the man. Let's
All
get
right.
going before you keel over.
So, let me see something. No. Pretty good. I mean, this is the kind of game that you just have to enjoy playing, not necessarily for the graphics. And I always go on about this. Games aren't that great about their graphics. I just did a video. I just did a playthrough on Metro 2033. It has very great graphics, but the story wasn't that great. Gate. I think you could do it on Neverwinter Nights too, but it's not as modern as it is these days. Zooming out, the maximum, there's like gonna be people. Anyways, we'll start the game now. This right here is gonna require
Consider
3
it
lot
done.
picks, which we don't have right now. I didn't notice that before either.
Anyone need supplies?
Hey, you can talk to him.
I've
for
got sundries
supplies,
for
but we
sale.
don't need it. There's no point in coming over here. We've got to set
All
some
right, follow
stuff
me.
up real quick. Formation. I am going to be the healer. She's going to be the damage dealer. She's a very good damage dealer too. Come down here to the east side of the map and investigate these bodies. Travelers maybe are looters or bandits. Bad sign is the fatigue in it. Oh yeah, that reminds me. At the very start of the game, you fall so sick that you fall so sick that you stop the entire caravan. So when the caravan stops, what does the caravan leader say? Go out and get your medicine. It's pretty messed up. In fact, that's very messed up. Yeah. Next. Now, I really do wish it could walk faster, but this is as fast as it's gonna go. Before you go down here, I guess it's okay. You can come down here. I gotta go up to the northwest, get some stuff. Not gonna be anything over here, but over to the west side there is.
This is
Get this-
recent.
There's gonna be
Not
some
good.
beer here. There's a campfire. This is gonna be. That's oh, let's see, crafting. Okay. That's very strange. I would like to read that item, but it's not letting me. Okay. This small, unassuming white mushroom is common on the side of dry wood. You can also read this. These items doesn't really provide much. Believe it or not, she's actually using her torch as a weapon, which makes it look very good. Alright, this is some of the things I'm telling you that's unique to this game. Reading these items, it adds to the story. Capable of delivering powerful blows from their broad curved blades, battle axes are commonly used by soldiers throughout Drywood and Ir Galanth. Forgive me on some of these words. I say them as best as I can. Alright, this one's nothing special. Beer. While a few foreigners have much kind to say about their beer in Drywood, their locals prefer to indulge in narcotics. Interesting. Beer is still a staple of every inn, home, and drunken feud. A minor potion regeneration. This blue-green liquid also are attributes with pirates recuperation. It's pretty much everything you've ever seen. Drywood clothing. You can also enchant, but we'll get to that much later. Through most Drywoods originated in Adir Empire. Drywoodian clothes are changed with a great deal since the initial waves of colonization. Drywoodians favor tough garments often made from wool and deerskin. Due to the changing of weather in Eastern Reach, vests and other layers are common in Drywood daily outfits. And you can compare, which makes things easy. Alright. No. Come over here. I really do wish they could walk faster. Can we get our first bit of...
Let's check
First-
by those outcroppings.
Yep, there's our first taste of combat. Okay. Alright, so the priest is not going to be very great at the beginning of the game. He can only use these 2 times for the entire day, which is very common. Spells like that are very common in Baldur's Gate. You can only use certain spells once during the day. Now, as your character progresses, you can add more spells, and you can use more of those spells per day if you have them in your spell list. But here, as you get better, some of these spells, you can use them per encounter on combat. But right now, being very low level, it's not going to be able to do anything. I'll go over the priest spells, Armor of Faith. You can take a look at them. All of them are pretty good. The main one I would probably use is Halt and the damage reduction. Well, actually, that would probably be the main one. You do have... I'll have to go into it in a moment. Like hers, for example, she can do these per encounter. It even tells you per encounter, which is a very good spell. I'm just going to get him to attack. Did she do it? Oh, okay, now he's dead. Actually didn't take damage that time, which is surprising. Okay, there is the quest item that I need. So right now it's non-spoken dialogue. That's right, royal blood runs through my veins. She's talking to me. What I'm going to say based on the culture is my family was ousted from power. Somehow they're still held captive. Or you could just simply say this isn't none of your business and end it here. And it's hard to pass up. I honestly have no idea what to do next. Which we don't. We're just starting this game. We don't know much of the story. We need time to think. Why are you here? Can you tell me about Dropwood? Alright, let's go back to camp. Alright. Need to find Sparful. See, this quest is not yet completed. We are actually on this quest. We need to find Sparful. Sparful is nowhere to be found, and in these games... That's cool. It's gonna be confusing later. Breaks it down by character. Alright. You can't find Sparkle. Talk to Caravan Master.
Still waiting on Sparfell, which means he's ignored me again. If I'd known he wanted to slow us down, I'm sorry. You want your water, you better go find it.
Shit, come on, let's go look for him.
I'm very, very surprised. That's nice. You can actually drag this conversation back up instead of scrolling. Very surprised that they use bad language. Of course, society and language in society has changed since Baldur's Gate 2, so words like shit is now being used in public TV, just like they are games, like PG-13. There's a lot of nasty words. It's going to be very common in language. If you've ever seen the movie Idiocracy, it would explain a lot of the theory behind the future of society. Anyways, speak to him. Notice he has a portrait. Keep that in mind.
Brought a whole wagon full of goods to sell, but Not enough shirts for the road. Say, is there anything you need? I've got some basic traveling supplies for sale if you'd like to take a look.
Before we initial trade,
I'm
who
a
are
trader,
you?
originally from the Adir Empire, but I've been trying to establish new business out here. Life on the road has brought some unexpected challenges, to be sure. And I'm sure you've noticed how prickly the locals can be. But we're here to make the most of things, right?
Alright, now going back to the character build at the beginning of the game, when you're in dialogue, which is a unique feature to this game, and I really do enjoy it. It helps you, as a character, play the game based on your character's history, gods that they worship, their culture, where they're from. So, I can be passionate, clever, cruel, based on the things that I've done. So I'm gonna be passionate. I'm clever in the other one.
Something else you need? It's not as big as it used to be, but it's still big. The mainland is a continent northwest of here, but the colonies used to include Raed Ceres and the Deerwood. About 150 years ago, Deerwood won its independence from the Empire. In fact, our companions are quick to remind me of. Because it seemed friendlier than Raed Ceres? My brothers took over the family mercantile business a few years ago, and there wasn't enough for me to do back.
I did diplomatic last time. I'm not gonna do that this time. Alright, so let's just gonna sell a few things. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. Alright, so the only thing I'm gonna buy are these 3 lockpicks. No, don't do that. Trade, okay. Alright, now, this is gonna be your only chance to do this. Let's go ahead and do it. 3 lockpicks. There we go. Alright. You turn 10 experience for lockpicking. Probably disarming traps. Just like in most RPG games. Alright, come down here. Back to the south, southwest side.
What a surprise. Sparfle went hunting.
And these right here are gonna get pretty, like these little scenes like this are gonna get very interesting in a short minute. You cross the riverbank, dip your water skin into cool water whilst Kalska waits nearby. Keeping watch as you rise, you notice her look sharply up to the tree line. Out of the trees emerges Sparkle, one of the guys. Barely discernible in the dim moonlight, he no longer carries his bow, and there's a strangeness to his gait. He strides wobbly and moves forward with a labored breath.
Sparfle, are you all right?
Sparkle's toe catches a rock, and he clutches forward, heat the feathered shaft of an arrow planted between his shoulders like an enemy flag.
Ambush!
Alright, so that dude's got a shield, she's just got a weapon, so it's going to be your first damage dealer. So what we're going to do is attack her first. But, yeah, that's actually your bow. Anything with a shield is going to be considered a tank.
What?
Go on. Come on, do it. See? Alright, do it again. This skill is so useful. Alright.
Come on, we have to get back to camp.
Take all. You actually heal outside of okay. So you have health Then you have endurance. Health is your green bar. Endurance is endurance is your green bar. Health is your main character. I should have saved, but it's okay. Alright, again, we're going to go for the damage dealer. Attack the damage dealer. There we go. Alright, I need to heal. He can actually do his once per encounter, which is very nice. Alright, she needs to take him down next. I'm actually going to use halt. I'll do it next battle.
Hey there.
Now I'll attack him. Alright. Take all. Alright. I was talking about critical hit, never mind. Alright. That guy right there, that's the guy with the portrait we were just talking about. He's being held hostage. A situation like this, your skills are going to be very important, and the decisions that you make. All around you lie a massacre of remains of the other travelers, peppered with arrows and knife hilts, sprayed with bug-eyed and filthy. Kalska puts back to her left hand to her mouth as if there was some poisonous gas. A handful of dark figure stands above the fallen, trending limbs of the backs and heads, jerking the axes and the bodies as if it was half-split logs. One of them towering severe with a thick head, thick beard tasseled with knots, holds a wet blade to the neck of a young man recognized as Heoden, the last of your caravan left standing. Alright, lay down your arms, trespasser. Do not forfeit this man's life. For the fight you will lose. Alright, so we have lore 1. Actually, I got lore 2 because I'm an aristocrat. The ruin has not been sullied by our hands. So, because we have lore, we know who these people are. Your words carry no weight, and I have seen the truth in my own eyes. Blood will be paid for this intrusion. So these people think that we are here to take advantage of exploring these ruins, excavate them for, I guess, rare artifacts, but we're not here to do that. I said it again, lay down your arms. Alright, so I've actually got 2 options for intellect. Don't trust him, they mean to kill us all. Judging by the string of animal teeth around your neck, I'm guessing you are worshippers of Galawain. If Galawain told you to start protecting the ruins, would you? The man frowns and motions his axe. Heoden winces, but the blow never comes. So we have now pretty much saved his life. Instead, the man cocks his head, intrigued, of course, but he would not. It is by the command of all the gods that we accept this charge. How do you know? Because it is consistent with their belief, or is it because that you were mere told? The man glares. It has always been known by the people. I see. And what of Galawain's edict, the weakness and age purged by the youth and the strength? You think Galawain would want some moldy, crumbling stones to survive long after the builders have turned into dust? The man's nostrils flare in fumes. This guy's on a rage high. He would not. He told us otherwise. I'm sure he did, just not you personally. But why should you stop from killing? But why should that stop you from killing innocents? Distracted, the man grip falters in the axe handle and nearly fumbles, affording Heoden the moment to dodge the swing, in which he comes too late. Howling with rage, the man charges you instead. Alright, so now we got Heoden. in our party. What he's going to do first is knock him on his butt. Alright. And she needs to take the archer down first. And I am actually going to halt the leader. Leader's now halted. Attack the other guy. Right. I'm going to use that to heal. And use this on leader. There we go. Not too bad. The enemy lies supine on the ground, unable to rise. I love their use of vocabulary in this game. His companions now silent among the other dead. His breath comes wheezing, fitful grasps. He looks not at you, but the sky above. Forgive us! But audible breath has choked sighs, a whisper of the wind stirs the air. As this, the man's eyes rolls back and closes them. Good, good. The gods are just. The queer smile crosses his face. I am ready. So now the gods are interfering. The wind begins to swell, whipping around the camp, electric and volatile. Upending pots that rattling the tents like angry spirit. You can feel it begins to seep beneath your skin, where it pierces you. It feels as though it is rending you apart from within. Seated against the wagon wheel amidst the howling maelstrom, slashed against his chest and bow, Odima's body steers with great effort as he rises against his sagging head, his eyes barely open. He looks directly at you.
Get inside!
Get inside, run! So this is the BOX. Whatever it's called. So we've just pissed somebody off. Now this is where your skills are going to really take a meaning. Straining against the gale that threatens to pull you up off your feet with every step. You set your hands to sworn folds of weathered rock and about to pull yourself up to the precipice. With the last burst of energy before your arms give out, you swing yourself up onto the ledge. Healed and trails behind solely by his injured and delayed by early hesitation. As he nears the face of the rocks, one of the fallen attackers who has been feigning death lunges at Healed and tosses him onto the rocky ground. Restrained, Hilden lashes out his fatigued assailant and struggles to break hold. They are close to you. Despite the wind from your position, if you were throwing your weapon at the attacker, you would have a good chance of hitting your mark. So we're going to throw our weapon, remember that. If we had dexterity of 15 or better, we could make another option, but we clearly did not meet that. So we're going to throw our weapon. Your aim is true and you hit your hit jars Healed and loose. Launching his feet, Healed and clambers up at the base of the rocks. He nears the top. However, the wind flares, pulling him aside and tearing one of his hands free. But driving out of the hard rock, you manage to catch hold. Securing the other hand, you pull the waning strength so your arms jerk from the sockets. They hold just long enough to Heal his feet, join you to the troubling ledge. That's a lot already. There's deep resonance and the swelling wind. You feel these rocks beneath your feet and every side of the cavity of your own chest, as though it would shake the marrow from your bones. Each new gust menaces from the old stones before you, loosening connections, unsettling balances as you dart beneath the old archway, and the entire portal begins to fall beneath your own weight. That's going to conclude this episode. We're just going to be in a new area, and this is a loading screen. Welcome to Pillars of Eternity. Thanks for watching.
Was that